From Timcast News, Trump is coming. Stephen A. Smith suggests today's FBI press conference announcing widespread arrests amid their investigation into illegal gambling was politically motivated and timed to negatively impact the NBA. Because we all know Trump's biggest enemy and rival this whole time has been the NBA, I guess. But the Democrats are always going to find some reason to make it about Trump.
How many times, for one incident after another, have I said, Trump is coming? He's coming. I'm going to say it on national television again. Bad Bunny is performing at the Super Bowl, and all of a sudden you hearing ICE is going to be there, looking to engage in mass deportations. The Super Bowl, disrupting things. Big night for the NBA. Wembanyama put on a show. That has now been smeared because we're talking about this story, okay? Remember, Trump has a long, long history connected to the world of sports because he had those casinos. Where do you think folks were coming half the time? I'm not talking about individuals. I'm talking about the culture. When people want to go to a casino, when people want to gamble, when people want to party, or whatever the case may be. This was his kind of connection to that. Why am I glad you're here, Monica? Because don't be surprised if the WNBA is next on his list. Because when you've got all of these protests that have been going out there.
Okay.
Right.
Yeah, right.
$20. I mean,
This is where Stephen A. Smith jumps the shark. He was viewed by many as a moderate Democrat personality. Maybe he could fix the orientation of the Democratic Party. But now he's doing exactly what everyone expects of Democrats. A bad thing happened. Trump did it. I guess.
The other thing
they're just beyond rescue at this point. I mean, the Democrats are beyond rescue. If you think this idiot's going to rescue the Democrat Party, good. It's like, please put all your chips on this idiot who's a tool, and Trump's coming. Like I almost feel like you better watch out. Right? You better not shout. Like, what the hell?
Well, he's literally the boogeyman to them.
Like,
but what they totally forget is that
I stubbed my toe earlier, and it was Trump.
I'm sure it was Trump.
Yeah.
It was Trump because it rhymes with bump and you stubbed your toe.
I was watching. I wasn't paying attention to where I was going because I was watching a video of Trump. It made me so angry. I stubbed my toe.
Well, the thing is, though, Trump loves a bread and circus, right? I mean, he loves a big spectacle. He likes big sporting events because everyone goes and looks at them and then they're happy. Yeah. I mean, that's what, that's like a big part of, he's like a little bit Roman in that respect. He's going to build a giant arch. He's building a ballroom. He likes big, giant things for everybody.
He's destroying the White House, according to them.
Well, what's crazy? I saw a tweet.
Well, the whole East Wing's gone now, right?
I didn't. Yeah, the East, that
it's
little
all gone.
section.
No, not the little section. The whole East Wing.
They're going to replace it with something way better.
I really hope he just names it the Trump Annex. I mean, I really do. Because I want it to live enshrined in the minds of every Democrat that will ever come after Trump. There is the Trump Annex to the White House.
I saw a tweet, and I did not look into it, but it said that Bernie Sanders and Nancy Pelosi are both older than the East Wing that was just demolished.
Yeah.
So, I mean, come on, it's not that historic. Plus, every single president comes in and makes all kinds of changes.
Rose
Barack
Garden,
Obama
the
made all
pool.
kinds of changes. He put in like a basketball court and moved tennis courts to somewhere else. They all come in and make changes.
He removed
that's
the tennis
part
court.
Of it. Right.
Yeah.
But that's part of it is like you're a steward of the White House. You make it better for the time that you're there, make it better for history. And I hope that Donald Trump does put up that giant arch in Washington, D.C., and I hope that it's gold.
I hope that the White House extension is gold.
Yeah, make it all gold.
Gold and pink marble. Trump Tower.
Kind of like what Stephen A. is talking. I mean, Trump loves like a spectacle because he goes big. That's why he embodies America so well. Because Americans, I love this description of Americans is that we're all just temporarily embarrassed millionaires. And that's why he's relatable. Like people relate more with Donald Trump than like when DeSantis puts on cowboy boots or whatever. It's like, no, I like that guy because he's rich and famous and knows like famous people and is awesome. It's like, yeah, that's why we like him. And like for the record, the World Cup's coming to the United States. That's because of Donald Trump.
Yeah.
Because he wants everything here. He wants America to be number one. And it's like, yeah, make the world come here and watch.
He's an entertainer. That's why he became president. And that's why people love him. And I know at the risk of getting in trouble. And that's why he's won 3 presidential elections.
Really?
George, did you have any correspondence with him while you were locked up?
Oh, sure. I called him on his cell. It was really cool.
I don't know. Letters, because I know there were people lobbying on your behalf. Like
Jesus
Marjorie
Christ.
Taylor Greene.
I want to
I
see
wish.
the president getting like.
Yeah, I mean, like, can you imagine this call is from a federal correction facility to accept this call, press 5, and it's the White House switchboard.
call will be
talking about
recorded.
pardoning Diddy,
Yeah.
so I mean, why would that be out of
Did you know he was going to commute your sentence?
I did not. So it's wild. I mean, look, you're right. A lot of people did advocate. I have a lot of friends who went to bat.
It didn't feel like that many, like Marjorie Taylor Greene.
It was
or
a
at
lot.
least of elected officials.
I mean, of elected officials, there was a lot of them behind the scenes because it's politics, so people do take precautions. But of the ones who were very public about it, I mean, you have Marjorie Taylor Greene, you have Tim Burchett, you have Lauren Boebert, Anna Paulina Luna, and then you also have people like Rick Grinnell and Alice Johnson, and then you have Matt Gaetz, who's a former congressman. So like there was a lot of people in the front line, but way more in the back end. But it was like an effort. But really, my family, my spouse, my sister, my attorney was absolutely like relentless. I mean, if you all need an attorney, get my attorney. He goes to bat for you. But most importantly is like I didn't know I was actually filling out my commissary sheet for the week. And then it came on the TV, and that's how I found out.
You found out on TV.
Oh yeah, on MSNBC.
Were you places. Were you in solitary, or were you with other people?
Oh no, I had just been released from solitary a couple of days before and reintegrated into the camp.
Did everybody just like look at you?
No, they started screaming like, "Bring him here! That SOB's been holding out on us. Come over here!" I'm like, "Oh my God, what's going on?" I'm like, and I look at MSNBC. Chiron said something along like, "Disgraced New York Republican George Santos coming out of jail. Trump commuted his sentence." I'm like, MSNBC's clearly lost their proverbial shit.
Sure.
So I pick up the phone, I go to the phones, I call home. I'm like, "What's going on?" And they're like, my partner goes like, "I'm on my way to pick you up. I just spoke to the president." I'm like, "Wait, you spoke to the president? I've never spoken to the president on the phone." I was like angry at that at first, and I just lost. I started crying.
I think this is a really good sign that Trump is done playing stupid games.
Oh yeah.
too.
Because he tried to be very diplomatic in his first term. The fact that he did not wait until the end of his second term, he was literally just like, "I don't care, just get him out of jail." He's just like, we're doing this.
You know what? Here's what I look at it. After what Biden did, I think he
Oh, yeah.
It's, you know what? Quite frankly, fuck you. Like anybody who's like clutching pearls, I've done every cable news network from Chris Cuomo, I mean, barely cable for News Nation, but I did Chris Cuomo to everyone else, and they're all going nuts. Like, "You should be ashamed." I'm like, wait, I should be ashamed for receiving clemency? I thought the United States was all about second chances, but only for Hunter Biden, so.
Oh, second? Seventh?
Third, eighth, I don't know, whatever. I mean, look, I'm thankful, obviously, and to say it's humbling, it's crazy, but it was definitely a surprise. I did not know. If I knew, trust me, I would totally.
So,
Did you have correspondence?
real quick, do you think you deserved it was 7.5 years?
7 years and 3 months.
3 months.
For essentially a campaign finance indictment. If you look at all the elements of it, it was all campaign related from 2022, from my successful run for Congress, not my first one. And no, I mean, Jesse Jackson Jr. went to prison for 30 months, and he took 3 or 4 times, but he stole outright from the taxpayer.
You put money.
I put money towards, and then obviously there was misappropriation, but the crazy part is I was the largest benefactor of my campaign because I put $700,000 of my own money in there. And then,
so just real quick, what's your backstory as to how you were able to do it? You run a business, or
I mean, look, it's out in the public. I mean, I've always been in the high assets market with private equity, so working with a lot of high net worth individuals and family offices. So I had a career in private equity for 10 years. Right before the campaign, I mean, I sold a $22 million yacht with a waterfall, one of two, a Mangusta, beautiful Italian.
I'm not trying to sound like an asshole. I know there were like allegations of you working at like Goldman Sachs and Citibank. Did you work at these places?
I didn't work. So that's the bigger part. I didn't work for them, but I did do work with them. And that was just more, that was literally more of an embellishing a resume for the sake of making it look better. But I never worked at the institutions. That was definitely not true. But I have worked in the private equity space since 2014. So it's like 11 years in the space. So like the reality is I made money. That's clear. I mean, you don't just people like to say, oh, those are probably stolen from campaign donors. I'm like, dude, you guys must really think my entire life was a grift.
Why would you want to be in office?
It was the stupidest thing I've ever done. I mean, I did it because I really thought you can change things from the inside. When I got there, I'm like, oh, this is a zoo.
Yeah.
This is theater, like literally theater. I mean, I took 3 months before going to Congress, I made $800,000.
Thanks for checking out this clip from Timcast IRL. Make sure to watch the show live Monday through Friday at 8 p.m. Subscribe to this channel, and we will see you all there.